Does that look dirty? Does it look dirty? It might look a little bit dirty. I don't know. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Quite a few of you recently have been kind of fascinated or obsessed slightly with me doing Drunken crafts, and I've been putting it off, but my situation's changed and I'm completely up for it. I need a good drink. So that's why today I'm going to be making some crafts whilst being under the influence. And although this might be a little bit of a silly idea and it might be a bit of a silly video too, I am going to really try really hard with these crafts. I want them to look good. And I thought it would be quite fitting to upcycle some wine bottles because I have a lot lying around the place. So I'm going to do some stuff with these. I'm not 100% sure what yet. I'm going to have a hunt around the studio and figure it out, but I think they might potentially look okay. But I'm not drunk yet. I'm 100% sober. So I think it's time to crack open some wine and give it a good drink. Ooh. I did actually already have a glass of this last night. I've already opened it because I was just thirsty. And obviously because I'm sober right now, I'm gonna go away for a couple of hours. I'm gonna hunt around the studio for some materials to upcycle these wine bottles. I might have my lunch as well so I don't feel this weird kind of drinking at 10 in the morning on an empty stomach. And then I'll meet you back here and we can do some drunken crafts. Cheers! Oh, it's good. Okay, I'm back and I've finished off one bottle of wine and I've had my lunch as well, so I'm feeling okay now. It's not morning anymore, so that's alright. And I did just ask on Instagram what I should be drinking next, whether I should drink wine or cider. And I've had one reply, and that's from Beth, and she said wine, so that's what I'm going to be drinking. But I think I'll also be drinking cider too, because I didn't even realise I had this. It was in the fridge, and I forgot. And I do like a fruit cider. Okay, anyway, crafts. I'm getting distracted. And by the way, if this video is a mess, it is not my fault, it's your fault. You wanted this video. I was in two minds about it. Okay, with these wine bottles, I decided to bathe them in water so I could get the labels off them. And I did that a while ago. And it worked quite well on some of them, particularly the cheaper bottles of wine. But with some of the others, the labels just wouldn't come off. And with this one, I don't know what, like, it was a frosted bottle, but where the label was, it's gone all unfrosted. It's not very nice, is it? But I think I'm going to do something with this one. And this is going to be a very simple idea. I've got some ping pong balls here that I already had in the studio. And I've got a hot glue gun, my wine bottle, and I'm just going to glue them onto the top. Oh. Is my glue gun broke? I didn't have my glue gun turned on. I'll have to wait. Such an arse. My glue gun's heated up now, so we can stop being serious. We can start gluing these to this wine bottle. I think a lot of people on YouTube are like pretty fake, and you see a lot of people who just lie and stuff like that, and I don't really want to set that example for anyone. So if I say I'm gonna get drunk, I'm gonna get pissed. And the problem is as well, I'm kind of like a fish with food. So if you keep putting alcohol in front of us, I will just drink and drink and drink. Similarly to if you just keep feeding a fish, it will eat and eat and eat until it dies. And that's exactly what I'm like. Don't know what my limits are. Yeah, this idea, it's going to be very weird. It's not something you're going to want to do yourself. But I think it's going to be quite whimsical. Oh, that's such a good word, whimsical. I always struggle when it comes to vocabulary, but that one just shot out my mouth. And let me know in the comments as well what your favourite alcoholic beverage is. And I know there's a few people actually who are subscribed to the channel and who watch my videos who aren't big drinkers. So if you're not into drinking, then let me know what your favourite non-alcoholic beverage is. For me personally, my favourite alcoholic beverage, you can't beat a good glass of wine. You really can't. Either that or a decent cocktail like a Long Island iced tea or a mojito or something. Or tequila. Tequila's really good as well. If I was to choose a non-alcoholic beverage, it would probably just be like a normal cup of tea or a cup of coffee. I do like a Diet Coke. That's it really. I don't think... I drink a lot of water as well. But I don't think you can beat a cup of tea. If you're British and you don't like tea, then I don't know, there's something wrong with you. Ooh. It perfectly hides my face, which is a good job because my skin's an absolute mess at the moment. Been picking at it and everything. Oh, stop moving. Thing is, when I started this, I thought it was going to be quite a silly idea, But now that I'm starting it, I think it's actually going to look really good, you know. It's looking very fun. And we all want a bit of fun. We do. And this is stuff I really enjoy doing as well. And this is one of my favourite things, is to make something out of something very unusual and quite different. The only problem with stuff like this is you just don't know when to stop. You just want to keep going and going and going. And that's difficult for people like me. And a top tip for if you're making something like this is it's all about composition. You need to know where to have kind of the volume and where not to have the volume. So the concept behind this one is like bubbles shooting out of a champagne bottle kind of thing. And you obviously want a lot concentrated on this kind of middle bit and then it thinning out towards the top. That's the idea anyway. But also you can just basically do whatever you want. There's no rules. Who likes rules? I don't. See, I bet you thought when I was doing Drunk Crafts that it was just going to be a mess of a video, and fair enough, I haven't edited it yet, so I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be like, but I'm pretty happy with myself. This isn't all I'm making though, I'm going to be making other stuff, don't worry. Okay, and there we have it, my lovely bubbly champagne wine bottle craft project. I do think it looks quite fun. It's just, it's different, isn't it? I'm kind of pleased with myself. I think I might keep it, you know. I'm not mad at it. I wish the bottle had stayed frosty. I might varnish it at some point just to give it a bit more of a frosty look again. But other than that, I just think it looks so fun. I enjoyed it. Anyway, we'll move on to the next lot. Will it fit on one of my shelves? Oh, no, it's too big. I'll put you down here for now. Okay, I've just had a couple more votes on my little poll I did on Instagram. And now I've got 2 votes for wine, 1 vote for cider. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go against the grain and I'm going to have a break from wine. Because I've drank a full bottle now. So I'm going to have some passion fruit Recorder-Lig. And by the way, the Recorder-Lig ciders, they're one of my favourites. They're very nice. It doesn't matter which flavour. Although, I don't like strawberry flavoured cider. I don't like strawberry flavoured anything. I don't know, it's just not nice. But this one's passion fruit. It's nice. Okay, right, so I've got 4 wine bottles here. And my idea for this one is to do kind of a mixed media wine bottle thing. You'll get it towards the end. I'm not explaining it very well, but it'll make sense. I know for this first one, I'm just going to stick some string on it. I've seen stuff like this on Pinterest, and it looks really nice. So hopefully this will turn out okay. I shouldn't be operating a hot glue gun while I'm drunk. I've been meaning to invest in a cordless glue gun, but for some reason I just haven't got round to it. I might have to start a Kickstarter. Is it called a Kickstarter? Or a GoFundMe? Get Ant, a cordless glue gun. No, don't do that. I can buy one myself. I'm just being lazy. Yeah, and if anyone's wondering, I think on a scale of 1 to 10 on how drunk I am, I would probably say I'm about like a 7. Would I say I'm a 7 or would I say I'm a 6? I'm either a 6 or a 7, I can't decide. Maybe it's a 6.5. If I was at a 10, I can't function. I wouldn't be able to do anything. There's actually a video of me at a 10, and that's when I went to Gran Canaria. And I've got a Gran Canaria vlog that I recorded last year, early last year. And I'll leave a link in this corner if you want to go watch that. And on one of the nights, I can't remember which night it was, but I don't even think I was a 10 actually. I think I was well past a 10. I was shit-faced. And a little insight into that video actually, I can't remember whether it was the morning after or whether it was still the night because it was all just a giant blur. You'll know which night it is if you ever watch that video. I was actually violently sick. I vommed so much. But the thing is as well, like, I'm probably not setting a very good example, so I will say drink responsibly. I do not in any shape or form condone the way that I behave. In fact, I think you should do the opposite. I've also just realised, me making this, I'm going to be on so long. I will say, if you've got any spare wine bottles lying around, or any just glass bottles or pop bottles or whatever, this is quite a therapeutic craft project to do. I'm not sure whether that's because I'm pissed, or whether that's because it is actually rather therapeutic, but it's quite nice, very peaceful, nothing too serious, you know, nothing too stressful. I'm not stressed out about it, I'm just going with the flow, enjoying myself, having the time of my life. It's a very time-consuming craft project, but if you've got a lot of spare time, then it's definitely something I would recommend so far. I haven't been very accurate the way I've placed this, actually. It's very gappy. I didn't mean it to be as gappy as it is, but never mind. Yeah, I would call this craft project maybe like mixed media wine bottles. There's going to be a different concept for each one. I didn't get that idea from Pinterest. That was my own creation. That was just from my brain. Unless it's already been done, then I apologise. It was a coincidence. Definitely nothing wrong with sharing. Sharing is caring. That's what I like to say. I never say that. Only when I'm drunk I say that. When I'm sober, no, you can f off. It's my idea. Okay, there's one wine bottle fully covered in string. And I've got a little letter here that I cut out from cardboard earlier on and I painted with some black paint. And I'm just going to glue that to the front. I think I'm going to stick this big purple flower to the top. I think that'll be nice. Okay, so there's one done, and this is a collection from 4, so I've got another 3 things to do. They're not all going to be the same. Like I said, it's mixed media, so they're all going to be different. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other 3, I haven't thought that far ahead. Okay, so for this next one, I thought I would make some, like a nice lacy pattern on this. And I thought it would look quite nice because it's a green bottle. I don't think I want the entire thing covered either. I think I'll do it kind of in like a stripy pattern, mainly because it'll take less time. And also, I think it'll look quite nice like that. That was a bit sloppy, so just don't judge me on that one. But I'm not done yet because I think I'll add some flowers to it. Yeah, that'll hide how shitty it looks. Oh! Nearly fell over. I forgot the carpet was there. Nearly went flying. We're adding an O to this one. This is looking ugly. It is looking so ugly. It's like something your grandma would have in her living room, but not even like nice either. Not even like kind of vintagey. Just like, what? The longer the video goes on, the worse the ideas become. Okay, there we go. That's one to add to the collection, and it's vile. Okay, I've got some glass nuggets, these like glass pellet things. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to cover the entire bottle with. I don't think anyway. So I think I'm just gonna kind of put them on in like a random pattern, and I think that'll look quite cool. It's the only idea really I've got left in my brain. In fact, I'll stick the letter on first. And this time we're gonna go for an M. I'm just gonna stick these randomly, and I know for a fact I'm gonna regret it as soon as I see the finished result because it's gonna look so ugly. I was gonna paint some wine bottles, but I would have to wait for them to dry and I just can't be arsed. Okay, I think I'm done with that one, and it kind of just looks like my wine bottle has herpes. It doesn't look nice, but I'm gonna add it with the rest of them. They might look good as a collection, we don't know. Alright, so for this next one, I thought I would stick my final letter on, which is not an O, it's an E. We're gonna spell home, because these bottles are just gonna scream, welcome home. Stick. Ah! Oh, you little bitch. I'm gonna need like a skin graft. The E's stuck on as well as my thumb. And for this one, I just want to cover it all in flowers. So I've got some normal white flowers and I've got some daisies. And I think this one will actually look quite nice. I know the technique for all of these has basically been the same thing, but that's all I'm capable of doing. At the moment anyway. If I'd been sober, you would have probably had more adventurous crafts, but drunken me just can't do it. This is the problem with drunken crafts, like I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm not a very energetic drunk anymore. To be fair, I've never been a particularly energetic drunk. I've always been quite somber. I'm very sporadic as well when it comes to drunken moods. You can potentially get a very happy, outgoing aunt, which is always nice. You can get a very depressed, miserable aunt, which isn't very nice. Or you can even sometimes get quite an angry, aggressive aunt, which is even worse. And that's what happens when you drink alcohol, unfortunately. You also might be surprised that the stuff that I've made today hasn't actually cost me any money. Well, technically it did, because it cost me money when I bought the stuff, but I already had this stuff in the studio. No, it's been quite a cheap day. And the wine bottles are not just off me. Well, actually, they are just off me, but it was off when I did the Valentine's wine drinking video, the wine testing video even. And it wasn't just like a typical Friday night, okay? Believe me, please. Oh, this is actually looking quite cool, you know. Okay, I'm done. And there we have our E bottle. I don't think it looks too bad, but you can't really see the E very much. But that's okay, I don't mind. I think it looks a lot better than the past two we've made. But there's an up-close look at my home mixed media wine bottles. And I think 2 out of 4 look okay. I think the other 2 just look awful. I'm not sure what I was thinking. And I think that does me for today. I'm not feeling productive at all. I'm really not. I'm actually really tired. But it's been fun, I've enjoyed myself. But hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you haven't, then blame the people that suggested that I did I can't talk. But hopefully you did enjoy today's video. If you didn't, then blame the people that suggested I make this video. That sentence does not make sense no matter how many times I say it. But if you did enjoy it, then make sure to... Oops. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. I feel like I'm just sinking away off camera. I'm just like, I want to go. But I do think... Hang on, let me get it. Oh, I can't reach. But I do think this one was a fantastic idea. I think something did come out good out of this video, and it was this. But if you have any ideas for any other videos that you want to see on the channel, then make sure to let me know in the comments below. Because you know what I do as I'm told, you know? Just let me know what you want, and I'll do it. Well, I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna do anything actually. Usually I tidy up and I edit and stuff, but I can't be arsed. But I'll see you next week for a much less boozy video. Okay, see you later, bye. Bye, 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 bye.